Welcome back once again, ladies and gentlemen, to the 1987 Supermod. I'm your host, as always, Brad Drake, and this is my AWA save. It is Monday, week 3, December 1987. The AWA is heading home from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, and they are stopping off on Monday night here to do a spot show at WILLMAR Senior High School Gym, located in none other than WILLMAR, Minnesota. This was a popular spot show venue in the 70s and 80s where the AWA would help out the WILLMAR Athletic Club. So that's exactly what we are doing tonight. And remember, it is Monday. Wednesday is going to be television taping time. And then we're going to do another spot show on Thursday before we then hit the road for our 3 tours on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And of course, our tours here are bringing us right back home to St. Paul, then to Minneapolis, and then to La Crosse. So we have an action-packed week 3 here in December of 87, and we're going to have some fun here. So WILLMAR Senior High School is already booked. Let's take a look at backstage incidents. It looks like we have some protege work taking place here. So that's all fine and dandy. Let's see who's absent. Kevin Kelly is the only one absent. Let's take a rundown of this spot show card. In the opener, Reggie Bennett is going to face Vivian Vachon. The Nasty Boys are going to meet Kiniski and Rich in a tag team contest. Wayne Bloom is going to wrestle Steve Olsonoski. Killer of the Texas Hangman is going to meet Tom Zenk in singles action. Cactus Jack is going to battle Scott Hall. And in our main event, the Iron Sheik and Greg Wojokowski are going to face Bockwinkel and Stevens. You know what time it is, everybody. I know what time it is. Check your watch if you need to. Check your cell phone. Check the clock on your computer. You know what time it is? That's right. Let's get to booking. All right. Bennett and Vachon. We have not seen Reggie Bennett for a while. We pulled her off of tours. We cut some ladies' matches off of the tours. So unfortunately, Reggie Bennett was one that had her matches pulled. We'll get her back on there eventually. I like Reggie Bennett. I think she's a good worker. So here we go. Vivian Vachon and Reggie Bennett. And Vivian Vachon, the former multiple-time ladies world champion, is going to get the win here over Reggie Bennett, and Reggie won't mind. Next, our tag team bout of the Nasty Boys facing Kiniski and Rich. I would be curious to know if these two teams actually ever did meet. I would also be curious to know if Kiniski and Rich ever actually tagged. We just kind of put them together to help us out when we found out that Kevin Kelly had gotten injured because we were getting ready to turn Nick Kiniski heel so he could tag with Kevin Kelly just like they did in real life. And we just had Johnny Rich hanging around, so that's why we partnered up Kiniski and Rich in the first place. So here we are all these months later. Kiniski and Rich are still tagging. And they're going to face the Nasty Boys here in our spot show. We're going to leave that one open-ended. We'll let the AI decide who wins that. Wayne Bloom versus Steve Olsonoski. It's going to be a 14-minute bout. There's only 6 matches on these spot shows, but they are long matches. Steve Olsonoski was always a big fan favorite in Minnesota. So I'm sure the fans at this fundraiser would be happy to see him. We're going to leave this one also open-ended just for the heck of it. Again, it's a spot show. It really doesn't matter what takes place here. Killer is going to face Tom Zenk. Killer, of course, is managed by none other than that dastardly Don Carson. This one's going to go 16 minutes. Hopefully, Killer's got the gas for it. We know Tommy Zenk does. There is Killer. He's got cooled momentum. There's Tommy Zenk. And of course, we're going to have Tom Zenk go over here. Pretty much any time a tag wrestler is split for singles action, yeah, see, we got a problem here. Killer doesn't have the gas. See if he can go 15. He can. All right. Usually when you split a tag team, especially a heel tag team, it's to put a baby face over. Obviously, this wasn't the case. in 86, 87 when Ricky Morton would split off from Robert Gibson and wrestle the likes of Ric Flair. But with heels, usually that's the case. All right, Cactus Jack and Scott Hall. And I think we all know who's winning this one. We're going to have this one go 18. Hopefully Cactus Jack has the gas. Otherwise, we'll be shortening this match also. There's Scott Hall, who has done nothing but an outstanding job for us since we brought him back. He's embroiled in an excellent feud with Curt Hennig right now. Cactus Jack has got the gas, so we're good. That brings us to our fun main event here of the Iron Sheik and Greg Wojokowski, who we've never paired together. We'll see how these two work out together. Against Bockwinkel and Stevens. Bockwinkel and Stevens, of course, would be a big draw. This one's going to go 15 minutes. There's the Iron Sheik. And there is Greg Wojokowski. There's Nick Bockwinkel. And there's Ray Stevens. And folks, we're going to make this one. We're going to have Ray Stevens go over by countout. So that's our main event. And all four of these men have the psychology to work a good epic. And let's bump one of these matches up 1 minute. There we go. And just so we're our usual 111 minutes. Just 9 minutes shy of 2 hours. And a solid spot show here to raise some money for this athletic club in WILLMAR, Minnesota. We're going to go ahead and start the show here. All right, nice score for a ladies match here. Vivian Vachon wins with that powerbomb of 44 overall. No red text of doom. Excellent. There's some red text of doom back home here in Minnesota. That's kind of surprising because you figure all four of these have been on TV enough and should be over in Minnesota. But you can see, it looks like the Nasty Boys are over, but Rich and Kiniski just aren't yet. And of course, we have the BS holding back factors. So, fair enough. All right, Steve Olsonoski gets the win with his backflip over Wayne Bloom, 50 overall. You know that the kickbacks are not only because of Bloom's inexperience, but it's also because of this holding back nonsense. All right, Tom Zenk wins over the Killer, or Killer as we should call him. Hangman Killer, Hangman number 2, however you want to put it, Killer. Tom Zenk gets the win over him with his big missile dropkick. And of course, the fans in WILLMAR, Minnesota are happy to see Tom Zenk back home in his home state. Let's see what the takebacks were. Stamina for Killer, yeah. And Zenk for holding back. Besides that, we're looking good. All right, Scott Hall over Cactus Jack. We got a 69 overall. Scott Hall wins with the Crucifix Powerbomb. Of course, in real life, he was really using a bulldog at this point. And we got the holding back stuff in experience. Big main event here with a nice 81 overall. Ray Stevens wins for his team with a countout over the Iron Sheik. Let's check the dirt sheet. And of course, we got the declining physical ability, and we got the holding back nonsense. But luckily, we didn't have a bad chemistry between Wojokowski and Sheik, so we can keep that in mind in the future. Two big-time amateur wrestlers, it's not a bad idea for them to tag together. Certainly doesn't hurt anything. This is a nice, successful spot show for these two, and of course, the AWA will have tomorrow, Tuesday, off, and then we'll be back in action. No changes. Very nice. 76 overall. Outstanding score for a spot show. And of course, the AWA will be back for television tapings. And of course, I'll have to fill in all this and see what we're going to put on TV. And of course, that's going to be held on Wednesday. Then we'll have that other spot show on Thursday. And then Friday, we're in St. Paul for our television tapings. Al Madrill and Bruiser Brody have won the WCWA World Tag Team title. Wow, didn't expect that. Nice. All right, who wants more money? Hey, Steve Regal's coming aboard. Excellent. Okay, now that we have Steve Regal, and we're going to end up with Manny Fernandez here too. So let's break this down and look at this for a second, folks. Well, we got to look at the tour here. So we are going to need Rip Oliver to be replaced against Tom Zenk. Steve Regal would do a good job, no doubt. But we also have to build our light heavyweight division. Does Steve Regal come back as a babyface and help with our light heavyweight division? See, we have some options here. So let's see how much longer it takes to sign Manny Fernandez. And we'll go from there. And we just signed Regal on a, just going to pay him per appearance. He did not get a written contract like we offered Manny Fernandez. So let's see what else is going on in our inbox. The Iron Sheik is tired. Come on. We're the only ones he works for. Paul Jones' Army, the worst stable in the history of wrestling. Mike Rotundo has joined it. Jimmy Brunzell got hurt in the WWF. And I'm not seeing too much of hot action here. WWF on Madison Square Garden channel. It's kind of a crappy main event for MSG. There's a lot of dog collar matches. I was hoping maybe we might see Hogan, but I guess not. Live tour, Rick Rude over Junkyard Dog. Okay, that's a nice main event for 1987. Not bad. Championship Sports, all that good stuff. You know, let's take a look at Hogan here. Let's look at his match history. Okay, so he has wrestled 4 times this month. I guess we just didn't notice. Look at that. Average rating 98. And everybody's, oh, Hogan sucked. I hate Hogan. Because that's the cool thing now that everybody hates Hulk Hogan. Pretty much anybody that was born after 1995 hates Hulk Hogan because they don't understand what that guy did for pro wrestling and how popular he was. You would not have a WWE today without Hulk Hogan. The man made wrestling a national attraction and then made wrestling an international attraction. So in this case, his popularity is 100. Okay? That's how huge Hogan was. So the fact that he's getting 100 matches and upper 90s matches and stuff like that, no matter what you think of him in the ring, the man was that popular. So that's why he's getting those numbers. So if he doesn't win Wrestler of the Year, I'd be surprised. We're going to find out here in a couple weeks. All right. So once again, with that said, we're looking at our next TV show here is in 2 days. We're going to start filming on Wednesday. And we're going to take Tuesday off here for some rest. Let's take a look at how our merchandise is doing. Outstanding. Merchandise is doing outstanding. Jimmy Snuka. Well, see, Kurt Hennig had that heel change. So now he's bringing in less in merchandise. That's how it goes. So doing well overall, though. All right, folks, that's going to do it for this episode. Make sure to tune in tomorrow. We'll have a fresh show for you. And tomorrow will be day 1 of the TV tapings. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. If you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button, give us a like, and share this video with your friends. Also, if you would like the Supermod, visit braddrake.net, drop me a line, and I will send you over the Google Drive link so you can download not only the database, but also the picture pack. And last but not least, but as always, I got you. I got you in suspense right now. Make sure to go to facebook.com/groups/1987supermod. Join us in conversation about the mod. We grow in numbers every day. So long for now.